I'd like to welcome everyone to this newest episode and edition of Checkmate. So let's get right into the topics. We'll start off with commitment in women, today's women. Um, do you feel like today's woman is as committed to the relationship as the woman of yesteryear? Do you think that they're taking relationships as serious? Me myself, I'm like this. I don't believe that women are as serious about their relationships in today's time, just like I don't believe that men are as serious in the relationships either. You know, um, it takes a lot of dedication to be in a relationship, and if you're going to be in one, you're going to want to be committed. You're going to want to be honest and serious with your mate. So a lot of people have been hurt, and hurt people. So a lot of people basically are in fear of getting into a committed relationship. And you really can't blame them nowadays. You really can't blame them. If you're in my age group, right? I'm 50. I'm 50 years old. And if you're in my age group and you run across a single person, a single man or a single woman, most of the time they're recovering with baggage. They're recovering. They still got a family over here, an ex-wife over here, ex-husband over there, financial tie-ups still tied together, things of that nature. So for a woman to be truly committed, woman or man, to be truly committed, it's a risk. It's a high risk thing, a high risk situation. So my opinion is no. Women of today are not as committed as the women of yesteryear. I'm just going to skate through these topics because I got a lot to get off, right away. So my thing is the next topic will be Fat Joe. Fat Joe. Do you think that Fat Joe is the truth, or do you think that he's a fraud? I believe myself, and I'm not being funny. I'm not trying to be no jerk or nothing like that. To me, Fat Joe is a fraud. Straight up. You ain't that hard, bro. You can't be that hard, right? And your legs come down in an angle. You can't even hold your balance in a fight. Your legs come down in an angle. It's like like the play button. You got the triangle, you got a line, you got a triangle. Your legs come down in an angle, bro. So if I'm in a fight with Fat Joe, right? And Fat Joe's leaning this way because his leg is in the angle. You know what I mean? The right leg angles in like the play button. So he's leaned in this way and I'm hitting him with that. He's automatically falling. So I can't tell if he's tough or not. And it really ain't all about that. But he plays that role. So I mean, I gotta question it. I think Fat Joe said that hip hop originated in the Latino community. I disagree. The Latinos were there. The Puerto Ricans, they were there. They were definitely there during the inception of hip hop and breakdancing and all of that, because that's who did all the breakdancing. The fly breakdance moves was most of the Puerto Ricans. They even had like breakdance gangs and stuff when I used to live in New York. Breakdance gangs and shit like that. At the Latin quarters, they would like battle each other and all of that. So they were definitely there. The creators and originators of it, no, I don't believe that Latinos originated hip hop or created hip hop. They were most certainly a part of hip hop. We can't deny that. So Fat Joe is a fraud on that level. I can't agree with him on that level. He's also a fraud when it comes down to the Terror Squad business, the music stuff, you know, with the Remy Ma thing, you know what I mean? Like all of that's a fraud, bro. Like all of that's your sister, this, that, the third, whatever. I mean, I don't like how that was being carried on either side between him and Rim, but they made up. So who am I to say anything about it? So if you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna lean towards fraud. Joey Crack. Yeah. I mean, he even went so far as to say he was like Don Cartagena, 5% of coke. I don't even know what the hell he said his name was, but he said he's a 5%er, which you can be. But you ain't Don Coke Crack 5%er, dude. They're not gonna mix up negative and positive like that. It's just not gonna happen. All right, moving past Fat Joe. Let me take a second to say I'm gonna give a shout out to G Dep. I think that brother is a stand-up guy, and I respect that brother a lot. I reached out to him. We had a conversation. I'm gonna have him on the podcast, and we're gonna chop it up. Just let me get a few things in order. So shout out to G Dep. Now on to the next topic. Are men becoming metro, like sexual men? Like are men becoming softer? Where's the testosterone? Like where's the testosterone? What has happened to today's man? Here's my opinion. Things have gotten so touchy when it comes to men and females, as far as a man disrespecting a woman, taking advantage of a woman, so forth and so on. They've gotten super aggressive around protecting women, which you can't blame them, because you know a lot of men are bullshit or chauvinist and bullshit type men, and they will take advantage of women. So there has to be laws and structures in place to protect these women. But I think they kind of overdone it a little bit, because now you can't say shit, excuse my French, you can't say anything to a female without offending said female. You really can't even compliment a female these days. Back when I was coming up, you if you see a pretty female, you could be like, hey, beautiful, how you doing today? You say that now, it's a good chance you get a sexual harassment charge. And anything past that, who knows what you'll get. But you're definitely eligible to get a sexual harassment charge. And you can't wear no stuff like that on your jacket. Anything sexual, then you have to like go to the registry, let everybody know that you were like a sexual deviant, so forth. And that's just not the way to go, bro. That's just not the way to go. And if you have anything going for yourself, and even if you don't want that on your jacket, you know. And there's been a lot of brothers, and you know, there's been a lot of men caught out there. And who's to say that they weren't even just, you know, just respectfully trying to talk to the female? But it all depends on the situation. If she's involved with somebody and you keep pressing, if you're at work, you know what I'm saying? If you're at like church somewhere, if you're at like somewhere of business, you don't want to be trying to like put pressure on females. So yeah, you got to be really smart, you know? I don't know how you date or anything nowadays. You can't. It's dangerous. It's super dangerous. On to the next topic. Auto tunes. Auto tunes. Man, I can cut on the radio and I still hear, not the radio, but my Sirius satellite or whatever the case, and I still hear music I don't quite understand. It kind of sounds like my computer is giving me feedback. The beat rocking, you know, the melody behind it is jumping, and then you hear my computer. You hear like just a computer whiny ass crying voice, and I'm like, damn. I thought Jay-Z killed auto tunes some years back. Why is it still around? What the hell? What is it any good for? So when you listen to music, don't you want clarity and you want to understand the lyrics, you want to hear the lyrics, you want to enjoy the beat, the production, you want to enjoy all of that, right? So you got to be able to understand it. Me, I don't understand what the hell they're saying, right? And I'm like, why are you muffling up and impairing your voice so I can't understand what you're saying? Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe it's past me. But I kind of think that auto tunes has opened up a small lane in hip hop for artificial intelligence. It's kind of like numbing you out. You know what I'm saying? It's numbing you out. It's taking you away from the pure feel of music. It's totally taking you away from the artist, right? Totally. So I mean, you listening to your favorite artist, and you hear the computer shit, so you know that that's not his natural voice, his or her natural voice. So it's pulling you away from that connection and taking you into a different programmable connection. How is it that people who can't sing can go into a booth, put on auto tunes, and sound like they can sing? I mean, it catches the notes, whatever the case. I mean, I know guys who really, I know artists who really cannot, but you know, they'll go into their bag in auto tunes and sound great. Well, in their opinion, great. I'm gonna cut this short because I didn't charge the right apparatuses for this. So let me run through the topics a little more. But in my opinion, auto tunes has opened a little lane for artificial intelligence inside of the hip hop arena. You know, it's numbing us out to it. So now, of course, you're gonna hear artificial intelligence created artist. You know, there's no feel. You're not connected to the last art. You're not connected to your artist anymore. So yeah, it sucks. Next topic. Mr. Beast. The snacks that he has in the stores, I don't give a damn which one of them you get. They are horrible. Horrible. Whoever signed that deal with him, they just wanted to get the name going. The snack is horrible. Never, 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 never get one of those snacks. If you see it sitting on the, you know, when you're getting ready to check out and you see it sitting there on the counter, run, run, run. Now, next topic, electric vehicles. They've, you know, it's a lot of talk that electric vehicles are going to take over. You know, you ain't going to be able to do anything. It's going to be controlled by Elon and boom, boom, boom. I just don't believe it. As long as there's good old boys, man, I'm down here in Johnston County, North Carolina. There's a lot of good old boys down here still. And as long as there's good old boys, as long as there's tractors, as long as there's brothers who don't trust authorities with their transportation, as long as there's criminals that's got to move around and not worry about cars getting cut off, I believe we're still going to have gasoline powered vehicles, which I believe we need to keep. I just don't trust somebody being in control of the brain of my car. Hell, I don't want a car that drives for me. I can do that myself. How about you just function? When I hit the gas, you go. When I hit the brake, you stop. If you can do those things for me, and when I turn left and right, you go. If you can do those things for me, I'll handle the driving. How about that? Let's do that. So no, I don't think electric vehicles will ever take over completely um, in the United States. Not as long as there's good old boys and brothers like myself. Not gonna happen. Now, next subject. I think I'm gonna get a cowboy hat. I think I'm gonna get a cowboy hat and start going to these Southern Soul step events. Man, it looks like they're having such a good time. And the music is not bad at all. The older I get, the more I like that little slow boom, boom, boom thing. And those steps look like steps I can do. So it's official. I will be searching for a cowboy hat starting tomorrow. I doubt I get one tomorrow, but I'm gonna start to look for it tomorrow, and I'm gonna get some boots and a pair of jeans and a couple of shirts, and I'll go to one of these shows. I just want to see it in person. It looks extremely fun. Yeah, I got to be in the building. Um, Last thing. This is the last subject, and I'm gonna get off of here because I have to charge my battery. Last subject. Do you feel like music has changed? Do you feel like music is still good? Is it the same as it used to be? Do you think music from the yesteryear is better than the music of today? Here's my opinion. The music of the past, it was constructed better. It had more feel to it. It had more pain with it. It had more happiness with it. It had more meaning to it. The equipment and the sound and the fullness of today trumps all of the music from the past because the production and stuff is just better, right? I mean, the equipment is better, the bass is bassier, the treble hits harder. Everything's better on that note, you know, the production of the product. The artist sounds clearer to you right there on you, except for when they're doing auto tones and you don't understand what they're saying when they're up on you. But they're clear right there. So the production of today is better. The music itself, the actual content, the music itself of the past was better. People actually made music. And some of that music is timeless. It's still rocking today, you know? Some of that music is still rocking today. So that's my opinion. This has been Checkmate. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Like and subscribe. You know the channel and you know the station, Starman Films Global. Happy to be back. I've been focusing on my grandchild and raising him and being there for my family over the last several months. So I haven't been able to get in on the episodes like I'd like. But glad to be back. Check out the earlier episodes that I did, and I look forward to seeing you guys next weekend. It's been Checkmate. Peace.